Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got a different type of video that we have not done in quite a while here on the channel. Today we're going to be ranking all 11 Fast and Furious films, including Hobbs and Shaw and Fast X. That's why there are 11. But before we get started, make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing out this channel towards 300 subscribers. And make sure you hit that like button as it helps this video get noticed by new people in the weird, wonky YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, make sure you go check out my Fast X movie review I put up a few days ago. Now, let's dive in. We're going to start with number 11. Fast 9, F9, whatever you want to call it. I do not like this film. I thought it's boring. I thought it was lame. I thought it was a huge step down. Like, even some of the bad Fast films have good rewatchability. This one I've rewatched once since I saw it in theaters, and I usually watch these films quite a bit, and I can't sit through this one. It's so damn boring. It's a slog to get through. It's missing the epicness of, like, The Rock, Jason Statham. Like, yeah, you got John Cena in there, but like, they made the mistake of making him play a big macho tough guy, and he's not good at that. Fast X really fixed John Cena's character. For me, this film was a complete miss for me. I was really excited for it too, because Justin Lin was coming back, but huge miss. That's why F9 gets the last spot on my ranking. Number 10, Too Fast, Too Furious. I've never really liked this film, even when I was a kid. I thought it was weird. It felt like it was trying to be a tough, like, grungy film at times, but then like a cool pop MTV style film at times. The only thing this film's really got going for it is the relationship between Paul Walker and Tyrese. I really like that combo, and of course it grows in future films. And the what's her name? Is it Eva Mendes in this? Yeah, I think that's her name, Eva Mendes. I think it's Ryan Gosling's wife. Man, she be looking fine. She be looking fine in Too Fast, Too Furious. But really, that's all I got to say. Oh, and the shot of, them ramping into the boat, that was pretty cool. But other than that, not a huge fan of Too Fast, Too Furious myself. Number 9, Fate of the Furious, the 8th film in the franchise. This is the first one after the loss of Paul Walker, and you can really feel the loss of Paul Walker in this one. It felt like they didn't know what to do, but they like had to get a movie out, so they made Vin Diesel a bad guy kind of, and the film was kind of led by The Rock and Jason Statham, which is what I feel kind of led to the fracturing of the relationship, and it just felt weird. The story did not do it for me at all in this one. There were some good beats. There definitely were, like the banter between The Rock and Jason Statham in the prison and the fight scene that follows. That was excellent, but there's a lot of this stuff in this one that just did not work for me on any level. That's why it gets the 9th spot. Coming in at number 8 is one that I think is underappreciated, honestly, in the Fast franchise, and that is Tokyo Drift. I rewatched this one so many times with my brother when I was younger. I could probably still tell you, like, the whole thing, front to back, from Bow Wow to Sean to just everything. And I was really excited when they said that they were going to bring Sean into, like, F9, and then they just completely wasted him. He doesn't even race cars anymore. He's just, like, some nerd that, RC controls rockets and shit. Like, that's not what I wanted to see from a man Sean. I wanted to see him racing cars right next to Vin Diesel, but Tokyo Drift still holds a special place in my heart, because me and my brother might be polar opposites on a lot of stuff, but we agree on 3 things. We love our women, we love our children, and Fast and the Furious is fucking awesome. And this is one of the ones that we definitely bonded over when we were younger. Next up is the 4th film in the franchise, Fast and Furious. This is where the franchise kind of quit trying to be such a serious franchise, and kind of started to accept the wackiness. This one is more grounded, but this is kind of a reboot to the franchise. Vin Diesel and Paul Walker reconnect, and there's some tension there, just like there was in the first one. And this is where the Paul Walker and Mia relationship really kicks off, and it truly feels like a reboot at times of the franchise, and it sets things up for a bigger scale in Fast 5. But Fast and Furious is definitely one of the better ones in the franchise. The next one up, number 6, is the first film in the franchise, The Fast and the Furious. This film, is it great? No. Is it a Point Break ripoff? Abso-freaking-lutely. But is it fun to watch? Yes. Yes, it is. It introduces you to the world. It introduces you to all these characters and why you should care about them and why they're a family and all. It really establishes the basic concept of Fast and Furious right here in the first one. And I'm not going to lie, when the little skinny kid gets injured / died, I got emotional, the first few times watching it. Like, it makes you feel that relationship between the family, and that's the relationship that carries the whole franchise forward. So, The Fast and the Furious gets the number 6 spot here on my ranking, about halfway through. Number 5, is Fast X, the film that just released this past weekend. I truly enjoyed this film. I really liked it. It felt like a return to form for the franchise after 8 and 9. Kind of felt like misses, more or less, in my opinion. Jason Momoa was great. I can't wait to see where that goes from here. And I really dug Fast X. If you haven't seen it and you do enjoy these movies, but the last few have burnt you out, I say you should go see it. I think you will enjoy it if you like the past entries, of course. Number 4 is the one and only spin-off Hobbs and Shaw. When this film came out, I was like, I don't know, this kind of feels like a weird cash grab, but I love this film. Is it way over the top? They're fighting like a cybernetic Idris Elba. Absolutely. It's crazy. Idris Elba's basically riding a Transformer motorcycle, but I don't care. I have a ton of fun with this. I think it's one of the most rewatchable ones in the franchise. I watch it constantly. I love this film. I thought it was cool that Roman Reigns showed up for a little bit in the Samoa scene. I really like everything about this film. I like Vanessa Kirby as Statham's little sister. I hope she gets brought into the main franchise because I thought she was bad freaking ass. And I like everything about this film. I wish that they would do another Hobbs and Shaw, like 2 Hobbs, 2 Shaw, before we get the next Fast and Furious. I don't know if they will. I doubt it, but it would be cool nonetheless. Number 3, F7, the 7th film in the franchise, the goodbye to Paul Walker. I've always loved movies, but I never really got emotional in movies until 2017. And 2 movies that year just punched me right in the feels. There was Logan, I think in March of that year, and then Fast 7 in May of that year. Both films, the ending of them just wrecked me because, like I said, Paul Walker was a big kind of deal in my house when I was little. We loved these Fast and Furious franchise movies, so when he died, it was like, fuck, what are they going to do? And they show you what they're going to do, and they're going to make you bawl your eyes out, and that's exactly what happens. Almost every time I watch Fast 7 and get to that end where they split off and take separate paths, just gets me every time, and it probably will never not get me, even if we get a CGI Paul Walker back eventually. It gets me every time. Number 2, Fast and Furious 6. I think this film's epic. I think it's gnarly. It's crazy. It takes everything you loved about Fast 5 and just cranks it up to 11. Gina Carano's in this one. You get a really cool fight scene between her and Letty. And of course, this is the one where Letty comes back from the dead. You just get lots of cool fight scenes, lots of great stuff between Vin and The Rock in this one. It just takes everything about Fast 5 and turns it up to 11. This is where the franchise really started elevating and making a lot of money, because Fast 5 kind of told people what's up, and then everything after that was like boom. And speaking of Fast 5, that only leaves one film left for my number 1 favorite Fast and Furious movie. That is Fast 5. If Fast X feels like the Infinity War of the franchise, Fast 5 felt like the first Avengers movie of the franchise. This is the one where I really started to fall in love with this stuff, started to fall in love with the characters, because I don't know shit about cars. Like, I don't know all the street racing stuff. Like, that's not what I connect with. I like it, but that's not what I connect with. I connect with the crazy action scenes, the crazy car stunts, all the wacky shit, the actors that I love, and this film has it all, and they've all had it in one way or another since. That's why Fast 5 gets my number 1 spot in my ranking of Fast and Furious films. But what say you? How do you rank the Fast and Furious films? Have you seen them all? Do you love them all? Is my order completely out of whack? Do you think Too Fast, Too Furious the best film in the franchise, and I'm smoking crack, it's the best film in the franchise? Let me know down in the comments below with what your personal rankings are. And do you want to see a Hobbs and Shaw sequel? Talk about that down in the comments below as well. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button so we can keep talking about films here on YouTube, and it's not just me talking to myself in a bedroom, which is just as creepy as it sounds, but I'll do it anyway. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.